Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, the gentlemen share their movement misery. Breathtaking Bob has a shattering shock, but tricks his pals into impersonations. Westgard Wade steals a show as a scary smoking sheep, Sir Nicholas Cage and Sylvester Stallion. And Maleficent Mark is not Jessica Rabbit, but might be Mike Tyson. From the beauty of nature to Batboy and arsehole anteaters. Yes, it's time for Voice Me, damn it. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Distractible. That's right, it's not over yet. Or is it? No, it's not, because this episode is going to happen whether you like it or not. You're here, so I assume you like it, but I guess we'll find out together, won't we? I am your host, Bob. I'm joined, as usual, by my two competitors for today, Mark and Wade. And if you've never seen the show before, as the host, I give out points, or I forget to. And at the end, I pick a winner, probably arbitrarily. And the winner is the one who hosts the next episode. I don't even know how many episodes it's been since we described the format of the podcast, but it really doesn't matter. So don't get too tied up in that. Don't get invested in the format. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Did you hear something from like Spotify or something? Do you know something about like ending?
What? I don't recall saying anything about ending.
Well, maybe not. Wait, am I alone in this? Did you kind of get the suggestion that, okay.
Well, Mark doesn't seem to be doing very well. He's just making stuff up. Wade, how are you today? How's it going?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, man. Great intro as always.
We're still here, you know?
No, for now.
Is it my turn?
I kind of thought Wade was going to keep going, but I guess he doesn't. Yeah, no, Mark, how are you? How's it going?
Oh, I'm good. Got back from a vacation, so that was nice. Went to Iceland.
Did you see the glowing numbers in the sky or whatever it is?
Glowing numbers?
Oh, no, that's just your hallucination dreams.
Yeah. But we did see the Northern Lights very brightly, actually. Did I share you guys the pictures?
No, I don't think so.
Here, I'm gonna text some pictures to the group, and I'll show you. The first night we went there, we went out on a little tour, and we saw some, and it was actually kind of underwhelming. We got out there, and it was like, hey, look, you can see the Northern Lights, and it was just like this like faint little sneeze of color in the sky, just a little bit of green, and you know, I thought like, man, they just embellish it for photos and stuff. I guess it's not really that bright when you see it. And so I was like, okay, but it's still cool. And I was like, all right, that was pretty dope. But then towards the end of the trip, we were out in this like remote location near a glacier. We were going to do a tour of the glacier. This is actually pretty cool where you can go inside of this tunnel that they dug in the glacier. And the night after that, I think, that evening, and the rest of the country was like clouded. There was a storm rolling up through that area, and just like most of every other place was completely occluded. But this one had an opening in the sky, and there just so happened to be a storm that evening. And so we just looked up, and it was just, the pictures don't do it justice, and we couldn't take video because like the phone, when it takes a video, it's not able to like get as much light as it is when it's like able to take a photo and just like gather a little more. So these are slightly brighter than what it actually was, but when your eyes adjust, because your eyes can see a lot better than your phone can, it was legitimately, it looked like this. And it was crazy because these static images don't show it. That one I showed you with like the spiral in it, that was the beginning of it. So it started as a stretch, and then there was this other line that came up to it, met it, and it just like, they hit each other and they kind of snapped together and started spinning.
Can we show these?
I mean, I could try.
No, Wade's got it. Don't worry. That really doesn't justice.
Yeah. So you could see, like, compared to the brightness of those are sky roofs of the place we were staying. And so that's just light from inside. It is just a little less bright than the lights that were coming out of the building.
Well, so and you're describing it moving pretty fast. I always imagined it was like floaty. It's like clouds almost. It was like whoosh, whoosh, zip, zap, like moving around.
It was shockingly fast. And given the scale of what's happening, it's like it throws you for a loop of what is going on there, because these things are stretching across the sky around the world. And it would like those things went about, okay, if you're looking at the sky, my hands are going to show what the speed they were going. And then it went whoosh. And then it spread out like in a thicker band across the sky. And you would see like shimmering ripples like tear through the thing. And they would go shockingly fast. You'd see like just these ripples would just poof, poosh, all the way across the sky. And then it would just be like this wavy band for a bit, and then a second band would come in. It was hypnotic and beautiful. You really have never seen anything like it. Words don't do it justice. The picture barely does it justice. And just the sheer scale of it, because you're looking up at the sky and your field of vision can't take it all in. So you're constantly like this until I decided just to lay on the ground and look up. And even then, you still have to like turn your head to see it all.
Did you know it was going to be like that, or was it like luck that it happened, or how?
It's luck. It's luck. It's hard to predict because if you think about it, what it is it's storms, solar storms from the sun that just so happen to hit the Earth of sufficient strength that it is able to create the light from the interactions between that and the magnetosphere. I don't know exactly how it works, so I'm not going to talk specifically about it. But if you think about it, how can you really predict what the sun's going to do? Because the light from the sun is coming at the speed of light, and these particles are pretty close to that speed. So we can't really know what's going to happen until it's hitting us already. So there's no way to look at the sun and go like, I think that's a flare. And by the time you see it, it's hitting you, right? So you can't predict it. But they are able generally to be like, it looks like the sun's more active right now. This seems to be the trend of what it is. And so we're kind of anticipating they have a logarithmic scale like tornadoes and stuff, I think. And so they were thinking it was going to be like a 6 out of a 9, maybe 10 scale level storm. And 6 is pretty big because if you think about it, like it's like tornadoes, T5 is very rare. A category 5 hurricane is extremely rare. It's like the top end. It's not even the top, really. There could be 6. It would be equivalent of like a T3 or a category 3 storm. So it's like fairly sizable, really beautiful.
That's one of the things when we were doing the You're Welcome tour. I think when we were in Norway, someone had said if we went like 3 or 4 hours north, I think there was like a good chance we could see that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were doing the show. We didn't have time to do it. That's like one of the things I would have loved to see when we were over there. So
Iceland was lovely. It really is super lovely. Not as many people go in the winter just because it gets colder and the weather is unpredictable, and it can be. We happened to hit a pretty good time. It wasn't too far below freezing. It was like always right around freezing. Tons of beautiful stuff. Like the landscape is it's unlike anything you've ever seen because it's a volcano, basically. And you know how I'm fearful of volcanoes? Because I think like if I go to Yellowstone, it'll blow up. So we land and we're going to this spa. Like first thing we do is we go to the spa. And as we land, our guide basically tells us, now it seems like there's some seismic activities right where you're going. Looks like a volcano is going to erupt any day now, right there. So when you're swimming, just be aware,
If there's lava and explosions, you should maybe get undercover or get in a vehicle.
if you start cooking alive in the water, get out.
Yeah, so it literally was like that. I look up on Twitter and stuff, and I'm looking at it. It's like, oh yeah, it looks like there's a lot of activity and a potential eruption that's going to occur right here, of about the scale of like the last one. It seems like, which the last one blanketed Europe in a cloud of smoke and stopped over 100,000 flights from getting out. So here I was thinking that not only was I going to be engulfed in lava as I was swimming around in a hot spring, but also I would be stuck in Iceland for probably a month or more.
Oh, you thought you would live?
Oh yeah, I was optimistic about my chance of this.
If the hot spring you were in erupted in lava, you thought you'd be fine. That's good.
After I left, like I started to get a context of how close this thing was going to be to this. The place is called Blue Lagoon, and it's very nice. It is extremely nice. I think it's more of a touristy place than other hot springs around Iceland. But they said that at minimum, if it did erupt, lava would likely reach the Blue Lagoon in like an hour. At most, it could be there in 3 minutes.
Ooh, what a range.
I know, right?
What are the telltale signs that you have 3 minutes to run for your life?
Kaboom.
An earth-shattering kaboom.
Pretty much, yeah, because it was that close. It's right on top of it.
That's why it's so hot.
Yeah.
Because the volcano is hot inside.
That makes sense.
But then we left there and we didn't go back to that specific place. We're only going to be there a day anyway. But Iceland is really, really pretty. It is incredibly beautiful. It's a very popular tourist destination, especially after COVID. Well, I say after COVID. COVID is still around. But, after the
lockdown.
Yeah. And so there's plenty of people, going there. But I still highly recommend it. There's not a guarantee you'll see the lights. But even if you don't, the landscape itself is just, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it I've ever seen.
That's honestly way crazier than I thought, like the Aurora Borealis was. I thought it was very slow, static. And that feeling you're describing, where it's like you have to turn your head to take in the entire thing that's happening, that's such an interesting feeling. Because that's like when you go to see an IMAX movie, that's like the way it is, right? Because you're kind of, or not the IMAX movie, but those like domes that they have at the museums where it's like you're wedged right up in the screen.
Omnimax?
Omnimax, that's the one. I think I saw like the tornado chasing one in Omnimax, and it's like you have to like physically look back and forth. The only like actual natural place where I think I've experienced that was I've seen the Grand Canyon in person, and that's one where it's like if you stand right at the edge at the right spot in the Grand Canyon, you have to physically turn and look because it's freaking huge.
It's so big.
That place made me so nervous.
Oh yeah, no.
Watching like a lady like climb down to like an unsafe area with like her toddler, and he's like kind of stumble walking because he's still young enough where he's learning to walk. She sets him down and looks away, and he goes to like walk, and it's like, dude, I can't like this is like watching a movie where you look away, but it's real right in front of me that this kid's like kind of like stumble walking, and there's just a however far that drop is, 3 inches to his right. Yeah, it was nerve-wracking as hell because people had no fear there, and I don't know how you have no fear there. My self-preservation instinct was so high that I was like 6 feet from the edge from being to the edge. Like I was, yeah, that canyon looks great over there. That's beautiful. Love that. I'll stay over here in case I trip.
I'll show you something else that we took there because there's beautiful waterfalls, but the pictures I just sent over are of the Aurora just to showcase its speed. All 6 of those pictures were taken one after the other. It had 3 seconds to gather the light, so it's like anywhere between 3 and 4 seconds.
Holy shit.
Also, Bob, I did not mean to interrupt your story that you were telling or starting to tell.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Just so much landscape around. Here's a video, if it'll focus on this. These are some waterfalls that we saw, and it's just like I'm trying to get perspective with like the foreground and seeing it, and then just like it's not quite Grand Canyon size, but it's really huge, and just like there's tons and tons and tons of cool stuff like that all over the place. Those are actually the waterfalls where in Prometheus, you know, the guy, he slurped on the goo and he just melted and he fell into the waterfall. That's where they filmed that.
Those are real?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, but really, truly great. Had a terrible experience coming back.
Oh?
Go on.
Which airline was it?
Shout out to, well, it's not even the airline that's the problem. It's the airport. So nothing wrong with Iceland, but we're flying in through Portland, right? I don't know if you guys have flown through Portland recently.
Not recently.
No, the only time I've been there, we drove from Seattle for the tour.
Wait, to put it in perspective, imagine the worst point of construction that your house was in during the floodings. That was Portland Airport. Yeah, it was. So we land from the international thing, and you know, usually you come in through international, you still gotta like, even if you're, you know, hopping on a connecting flight.
Yeah, you gotta go through customs and stuff, right?
It's a fairly streamlined process to get through in the airport to go through. This one, it was not, because Portland is not exactly a big international port, but apparently they're becoming one because, I don't know, Portland said yes to all these flights coming through there. So we get off the flight, we have to go through customs, which is not unheard of, but we go through customs, which takes like half an hour. Right after customs, there are big signs that say like, there are no bathrooms beyond this point. Piss now or forever hold your shit. And then a guy gets up to the front and has to yell, and everyone goes, there are no bathrooms after this point. None! Shit now! And so it's like, but I kept saying like, how are there not bathrooms from this point? How is that a thing that could, but anyway, we get through customs and that's fine. We have to pick up our bag because we got to recheck it, right? And so we have to recheck it in, and we thought we'd like, okay, we'll go to the gate and stuff like that. No.
Oh.
We get out of the customs and we pick up our bag, and then we're put in this line where they have volunteers working. So
at an airport?
Wouldn't want to pay airport employees.
And they were very sweet. The volunteers were very sweet, very helpful. I hope they're getting paid, but their vests said big volunteer on them. And when they were asking everyone individually, like, are you connecting, stuff like that? And we were like, we're connecting. Through who? And we're like, Alaska? All right, come with me. And then we're walking past everyone else in line.
No. What a great system.
Yeah, and so she's like, please make way for the connecting people. They're making it like, slide to your right. The connectors are coming through. And so everyone's already like shoved together. So they're like, people have to slam into a wall for us to go by. And it was just mortifying. And we get up to the person working at this, we almost walked past it. They're like, no, here, you talk to this person. And we're like, what? There was one stand where there was this one girl working there who looked at us like she was surprised.
Connectors? It's unheard of. Who comes to Portland to connect?
She asks us like, where are you going? And we're like, we're going to Burbank. And it's like, through Alaska?
Oh no. Oh God.
Yeah, shouldn't you know? So I was like, hell no, I gotta make a call. She gets on her cell phone, she calls, is like, I got some people here they have bags. It's like, do I take their bags? I'm like, I hope you do. Eventually, she said it wasn't in the manifest. We get that. And then there's a bus that takes you to the rest of the airport, and so we all cram in the bus after cutting everyone in line. They were not happy about that.
You cut in front of them in line and then just stood with them in the next part like, yeah, good thing we cut.
And so we get out of the bus and we thought like, okay, we'll be in the terminal. Nah, it's like they put us on the street. So you get out of the bus.
Excuse me?
You go through the back area and then you're just on that road where all the people are driving in to go pick up everyone else.
Oh, like the departures drop-off road?
Yeah, and now I understand why there were no bathrooms.
Because you weren't in the airport for a while.
Was this actually part of the airport, or was it like people built like some quick, like cheap wooden signs like International Airport? The plane's like, oh, this must be where we land.
It was basically that.
Did you fly on Alaska Airlines or did you fly on Alaska?
I mean, the person working at the counter didn't seem to know what was going on, so maybe. But we get out, we get back in, and so they give us something. They give us a card. It's not got a barcode or anything on it, but it's got a map of where to go, and then on the other side, it's like, go through the express line at the check TSA, right?
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a Hallmark card, like get home soon. It's like, oh, thank you.
It basically was that, because it didn't have any official lettering on it. It just had a colorful picture on the map of the map on the front, and the other side had instructions written on it. And so I'm walking through the airport holding this up like as if it's my backstage pass.
It's like Jungle Gyms. You walk in, they hand you a brochure, and you're like, all right, let's see, terminal. Oh, there's a water fountain over here. That's cool.
I mean, there was no water fountain, but I think there was water dripping from the ceiling, because you look up and the entire ceiling in the whole airport is gone, and it's just exposed everything. And we get to the person, we're connecting through D. We saw the sign, we're connecting through D to Burbank, and we get up to the person who's like, do you have your ticket to get through for security? And we show them that, and I show them the card, and I'm like, we're going connecting to Burbank through D, I think. And they're like, oh no, Alaska's over in B and C. I know this looks like B, but it's a D. I think that's what she said, actually. I think that's actually what she said.
You ever learn the alphabet, sir?
She made it seem like the express lane was in the other side. So we're like, okay, I guess we got to do that. It was empty. We're over there anyway. But we're like, okay, we'll go that way. So we go there. They take our card, and we're in the express lane. It's like, okay, it's like a shortcut in. Security, it is what it is. We get through there. And as soon as we step out, we look at the board and we say like, okay, we're connecting through D. We're in B and C. How do we get to D? And we turn to the right and there's just a solid drywall wall. Just blank. We look around. Is there an arrow or something? And there's an arrow saying D and E out that way. And we're like, oh, that's the way we just came from. And we get up to the door. It says like, no re-entry. Exit. So we go out. Boom, we're on the street again.
Do you still have your bags?
Yeah, we got our bags. Oh, no, wait, no, they took the bags. Sorry, they took the bags. So we have to go back to the original lady who said we needed to go that way. It was like, we were like, you led us astray. And she's like, oh, did it change? And we're like, no, we told you it was D.
Oh, I thought I heard you say D as in Davy, not B as in Bix.
It's not her fault, because Alaska's usually out there, but we had to go through security again. And so this line was longer, and I lost my hall pass, so I couldn't go on the express line.
Oh no, she didn't like. Oh my god,
she didn't. I hate this for you. I'm so mad at past life.
So Portland Airport is fun.
Under construction.
Could I just say the one time I have flown out of Portland, it was the tour ended there when we did the West Coast tour.
Yeah, we did fly out of there.
Oh, yeah.
I specifically remember waiting for the flight back home, sitting in that airport and thinking, wow, it's weird. There aren't any ceilings in here. But that flight was in like 2018.
Wait.
Because I remember that airport. That airport has a very specific carpet pattern. And I remember I heard about that and I was like looking at the carpet and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, that's interesting. And it wasn't the whole thing, but like a lot of the areas and the area I was in, there was no ceiling. And I remember that very specifically because I was like, oh, you can see, look, there's the channel where they've got the Ethernet cables and there's some water stuff up there. That's weird. Why did they take the ceiling out?
That was like early 2018 or late 2017 that we did West Coast.
That was a long time ago.
Because early 2018 was Europe.
Yeah, so that was like fall 2017. Then is what that was.
Or I don't remember, but yeah, it was either like January of 2018 or like fall.
They've been working on that for a hot minute. I'm a little concerned for them that they haven't made any progress.
Wow. Yeah. No, it was all gone. Everything.
I don't remember there being volunteers when we were there, so at least they've lost their employees.
I don't know, the volunteer line. I was kind of hoping you were going to say like someone came up to you guys and was like, "Hey, you want to volunteer? You could stay here with us. I'll get you a vest."
Oh, we all had flights home from here too, and we lost our hall pass. Now we're here forever.
Oh man, I just looked up and it says they'll be done with construction there in 2025. But the big reveal of the new main terminal is set for May 24. And there's another part of this article where it says in 2021, PDX was listed as the #1 airport in the United States among travelers in a travel and leisure survey.
Among places where people were surprised they were traveling through there because it's mostly not a building.
It's like you were playing Chutes and Ladders. Every time you thought you were getting to the airplane, you were like, oh, damn it, I'm back outside again.
It's like a weird Stanley Parable game. You made the wrong choice, so you get booted back out to the street.
Oh, the express lane, I get to climb up. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I rolled a 2. No, oh, I'm back outside.
I think what it is they're shunting people around it because they are building inside all the zones to eventually connect everything back up again, and it's horrible. I get that when you have an established building in an area, you gotta do some funky stuff to keep it running and also work on it. But if we didn't have more time for our connection, we would have easily missed it.
Yeah, like 4 times it sounds like.
Yeah, well, I was traveling once with my family, and that same sort of thing happened. We flew through Philadelphia for some reason, and the airport was like that, but we had like a tight connection. And this is the one and only time I've ever actually had this happen in real life, or even seen it happen. We got there, and our connection was like in another terminal, but it was very much like you described. It was like we got off our plane, walked out of the gate, and there were all these signs, and it was like, go over here, now go down these steps, now walk through this hallway that's just tarps, now walk outside on what seems to be where the airplanes go, but only inside the barriers, now go back in. And it was a whole thing. They called our connecting flight and were like, hold the plane for these people. They just landed and they're going to need like 45 minutes to get over to where you guys are. And they did that because they knew we were totally fucked by how far the walk was and how messed up the construction was. It's hard. I'm with you. It's hard to keep an airport running. And
what was our last show in Europe that we did? Like, where were we?
The Amsterdam makeup?
No, before that, but like whenever we were actually finished up in Europe.
Was it Oslo? No, we spent some time in Oslo. We finished in...
Our flight out we had to go through Frankfurt. I don't remember if we stopped in Frankfurt or if we started in Frankfurt.
No, I think we ended in Germany. Yeah. When was the moment where the police pulled the bus over?
That was driving on the crazy ice bridge from the Scandinavia over to Denmark. Wasn't it like Denmark was the last show then or something?
It might have been. Or Sweden. Did we do Sweden?
That's on the Scandinavia side, yes.
Yeah, we went up to Norway, then Sweden, then we came back down.
We did Oslo, and then we did Stockholm, and then we drove across a crazy bridge where they were like, it might not be open. It's pretty icy, and then that's where we got pulled over.
Which I don't remember at all.
No, they didn't. Everyone else had to wake up, but they were like, that guy's Markiplier, let him sleep.
What if we all got arrested? and like taken off. Mark just wakes up in an empty parked bus. Hey guys, is this the start of a horror movie or?
Oh, it's cold. The doors are open, the bags are ripped apart. I'm like, oh, what up? No, I slept through that. You guys told me that they woke me up. They ripped up the curtain. You gotta get up. And then I don't remember even being woken up. I slept through the whole damn thing.
Yeah, they made us go out there. Then our fucking bus driver pretended not to speak English. I don't know if you remember that, but he was just like, and they asked us, they were like, why don't you have seatbelts on this bus? And we were like, we don't fucking know, man. We're just we think we own it?
Yeah, good times, good times.
Point being is whenever we were flying out of Frankfurt, part of Frankfurt, like we rounded a corner to go through security. It wasn't like a bunch of separate individual lines. It was a mob of people that looked like they were Black Friday shopping for the last Tickle Me Elmo doll. And they funneled into this line, but the line had like 4 different entrances into it. So you'd go through this funnel. And then if you were on the left side, you won the lottery because then you were in the front of the cutting through to the line. So Molly and I got through toward like the middle of it. So we had to wait for more people to cut in front of us, whatever. We get through this long, windy line at that point, and then we get pulled out. Like we get randomly chosen for a search or whatever. So they go through our stuff and they're like patting us down, asking us questions. Everything ended up satisfactory. Like, all right, you guys can go. Instead of letting us just go, what they did was they put us back in the back of the line. So we had to go through all of that shit again.
Correct.
And by that point, we were running late for our flight because it was such a mess trying to get through. And I will never forget, like, I'm not even doing it justice describing it this way, but it was a nightmare trying to get through that swamp of people just to get into the line the first time. And they made us do it twice. And it's like, can we be randomly selected a second time? Why are we going through the line again whenever they just went through all of our stuff like with a fine-tooth comb? What is the point of going through the line at this point? I don't know. But we did.
Oh, no, guys.
What?
I got a phone call while we were sitting here doing this, and I didn't take it, but I see the transcription of the voicemail happening, and the word prior authorization just rolled across the screen in the transcription of the voicemail. Let me just put this out there. I'm diabetic. I've been treating my diabetes since about 2007 for medicine I've been taking for actual years. I just got, my doctor was just like, ooh, you might need a prior authorization for that. I don't want to listen. If I don't listen to that voicemail, it doesn't exist, right?
No, I swear prior authorizations should be illegal. I swear it's the most asinine thing that exists. It is completely nonsensical, and it is just such an absurd thing. Insurance companies like found the one thing. How long ago did prior authorizations start? Because I feel like this is a recent thing.
Well, the founding fathers in I said the preamble. In the preamble, they said, let there be prior auths. You guys remember that?
No, I must have glossed over that one.
They taught that in Monday school.
Oh, man.
Dude, Monday school is the best.
It's just so dumb because what they ask for those who don't know, I mean, I'm sure everyone has dealt with a prior authorization. It's when your doctor writes a prescription and it goes to the pharmacy, and the pharmacy calls your insurance and is like, are you covering this? It says you do. And they're like, yeah, we do. But do they really need it? We better get a medical professional's opinion. Let's ask the doctor that wrote the prescription if they really need it. And then they have to go through this long process that's adding like hours of time onto doctors' already busy days, just filling out paperwork.
Well, the doctors don't do it. The technicians and nurses do.
Yeah, that's if they have them, like,
well,
to
that's
do
true.
them. Yeah, but a lot of times it's just like, it just chews up time. And it's just insurance companies doing it because not everyone will go through the process. It'll save money just because a few percent of people won't go through all the trouble, or it'll get lost in translation, or someone won't do it, or it'll fall through the cracks. And that's what they hope for, so they don't have to pay for medication that is needed. And prior authorizations only last a year.
Yeah, they don't last long. And I remember whenever I was working with eyes, I had a training day where I had to learn how to do that. And so my job that day was to sit in a chair next to someone sitting in a chair making phone calls. And I just had to sit there while they made phone calls to do prior auths. And it was like, the form was very simple, but it was like the phone calls, because you have to call and it's like, are you a doctor or a nurse? Yes. And then you still had to wait half an hour before you could talk to anybody to get the insurance companies to like, it's an awful thing.
As fun as it is to revisit this topic, that's something I guess I have to deal with after this episode. Because we haven't even gotten to the topic yet.
Oh,
guys.
Yeah. Hey, I thought we were still bullshitting. What's up?
I mean, it doesn't. It's whatever. But I thought it would be fun because I feel like I do this, and I feel like a lot of people do this. I want to talk about animals and the voices that we all know that they have. Animals don't actually talk, which is unfortunate and kind of sad. But like, if they could talk, I want to discuss and debate and decide definitively for the entire world what voices animals have. And like, I thought we could start, fairly easy. I want to talk about like golden retrievers first. You probably know what a golden retriever looks like, but if you don't, there's a golden retriever on the screen right now.
Oh, sweet puppy.
It's a good picture. I feel like this is a softball, but I just want to dig into what does this dog talk like?
I have two different voices that come to mind. I have like the happy puppy voice where it's like almost like a childlike, energetic, like, oh boy, dad, you're home. No, I love you, dad. But I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Homeward Bound, where they've got like the golden retriever. It's like, Peter, Shadow, Peter. So like I always hear like that Peter, that voice when I see one because I think of the movie Homeward Bound. So it's skewed for me.
I don't know. I'm kind of getting the lion from The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe thing. I was there when the old magic was written.
Oh, that line. I thought you were thinking Wizard of Oz.
Wait, yeah, did you think Cowardly Lion from the Wizard of Oz?
That's what I thought he was going for.
No.
Dorothy, please, I don't wanna.
The Cowardly Lion from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, please, I'm scared. I don't want to go in there.
Not many know that those universes are connected. It's the Oz cinematic universe. It really connects it all.
Cowardly Lion, the Wicked Witch of the West, and the Wardrobe. It's just a normal wardrobe.
Yeah.
Doesn't get a special descriptor.
Well, there you have it, Bob. We've solved it.
Well, but I want to settle. I gotta say, I like the Homeward Bound voice. I'm kind of with you because I will that calls to Doug from Up, the dog from Up, right? He gets the collar on that allows him to talk, and he's like, "Hi, I am Doug," and he has that kind of like slower, like happy but not so fast voice. Reminds me kind of Shadow.
Yeah, a Shadow is also like, I guess it also depends on what age, because like Shadow was an older golden retriever, because like the whole time at the end they're like, he was just too old. He was too old. And then like he runs out. He's like the last dog to run out.
Wow, spoilers.
The movie came out in like 91 or something. I don't care.
I don't know. I mean, how do we decide? I can't.
It's one of those things where it's like almost everyone who sees a golden retriever automatically defaults to like, wow, I just met you and I love you. And it's like,
wait, do Chica voice, because I kind of know Chica voice.
It's slow, very similar to that. It's just like everything is slightly slower. Not that she's dumb.
No, it's just how she is.
She likes to play pranks. I didn't get any breakfast this morning.
This kind of sounds like if Chica was a FNAF animatronic. I don't know. It's just like I closed my eyes and what I pictured was like an animatronic moving around.
What animatronic would you think Chica would be? Oh, man.
Maybe the one named Chica?
No, what?
Well, no, not the bird. The different one. A dog animatronic.
Your dog is a bird named Chica. She's got the soul of a children in her or something. I'm not sure on the lore.
Nah, she's a sweetie. I got back home from the trip and she was so excited that she punched me right in the balls. The first thing she did.
That's how you know she loves you.
Wham! I was like, I think it was partly because, how dare you? Go away, I miss you. I'm sorry. And then she sprinted around in circles and then ripped a hole in Amy's pants.
Oh, hot diggity. Wow.
She was a menace.
I mean, that sounds fun.
That's power, because she's not even like, she's not a puppy. How old is Chica now?
She's a little over 8, I believe.
She's an old lady.
Not old lady.
She's an old lady. Take that, Chica.
Watch your pants, Bob.
Well, I vote for, I say that all golden retrievers sound kind of like Shadow from Homeward Bound, but it could be slower. Because the Chica version is also a valid variation.
Peter. Shadow. Peter. I don't like it.
Points to Mark for having a dog that talks like that.
Wait, what? I said
Thank
Peter.
you. It's only fair.
Oh, God damn. Is this the Wade Can't Win This episode?
On the screen in front of you now is a not very high resolution picture of 2 emperor penguins.
Oh, so it is.
Why are you doing that? It's not that small. If I zoom it in, you'll be able to see how low res it is.
What is going on?
There's a chick under there.
Oh,
it's a
okay.
baby. That's actually what it looks like when penguins take a shit, Wade.
Look, it's kind of low.
Even if I squint my eyes, what did you think that was?
I don't know. Anyway, what do penguins sound like?
Fuck, God, it's cold! That's what I think. Jesus Christ!
No, I do like that because the penguins have to move across land a fair amount. I know they're strong swimmers, but they're not, as far as I know, they're not that great of walkers. Like, they don't look like strong walkers. And I just like to imagine while they have to walk like a few miles and they're like waddling and they're just like, I wish I had legs.
My first impulse was like, I think there's a Batman villain that kind of sounds like what I imagine a penguin to sound like. And I was like, wait.
The Riddler.
Yeah, the Riddler.
Mr. Freeze?
It's me, the Riddler!
It's going to be a cold winter.
Nice to meet you.
I told him to chill out.
Do you hear like the penguin from Batman voice? Is that what you're going with?
Well, that's was my first inclination, but I think, I don't know if I could really say that because that's kind of cheating.
Honestly, mine's not too far from that. It's because it's just Danny DeVito.
No, but yours is more like Danny DeVito from Always Sunny. The penguin villain voice is like, yeah.
Danny DeVito when he's 6'8".
Are you thinking of the new penguin? I always think of the clip where he's like, Gordon's showing him the picture. He's like, oh, jeez, what are you showing me? Oh, come on. You remember that?
I do. I was thinking Danny DeVito penguin, but new penguin, the new Batman movie was good.
I like it's done very well. It's hard to believe it.
Oh, jeez. What's this thing coming out of my legs?
Oh, jeez, it's cold out here. Oh, what are you doing to me? Like, I love that clip so. Open your eyes! Like, I love that clip so much.
Can I look that up? I'm gonna watch it.
Because he's being showed like a crime scene photo, and it's, I don't know, horrific. I don't remember seeing the photo. I don't think it was shown to the camera. Oh, gee, what are you showing me? Oh, come on. Yeah, that's Colin Farrell, if you didn't know.
Really?
It's hard to believe. He does it really well, because you would not tell.
I didn't kill no Goyle.
That's the voice. New penguin from new Batman voice. Points to Wade for that one.
Thank you.
Wait. Huh?
It's only fair.
That's true. Do you have another? Should we give you animals, or do you have animals?
If you have requests, I would love to discuss your requests.
Can you just get a good image of a sheep, preferably an adult, not a little lamb, but like an adult? I'm just gonna go with whatever you got, but I had a thought about a sheep.
Oh, I got a really nice low resolution image for you, Wade. Here you go. Here's a good image of adult sheep.
All right, it's a little bit cleaner than the image I had in mind, but it'll work.
Why are the pictures you have so low res?
I'm not good at Googling, okay? I know there's a way to filter that so you only get better.
I'm looking at an image of a dirty looking Cotswold sheep. That's what I had. This will work though.
What's a Cotswold sheep?
It's just what it says. I don't know.
This is a normal sheep, but the tongue is out.
I imagine sheep to sound like they smoke a lot, and I don't know why. When I see sheep, I picture like that's right, everyone, I'm over here. You better stay away, sheepdog.
Like, his from Mrs. Doubtfire, his brother who like makes him the Mrs. Doubtfire mask and stuff. Who's that? What's that guy's name?
I don't even remember that. I'm not seeing that movie in so long. I don't remember. Obviously, I remember like oh no, hi dearie, like that kind of stuff. I don't remember anyone else in that movie. But no, I just picture like sheep like leaning back with its hoof, like that's right, keep walking. You want to share this?
Harvey Firestein is the voice I'm thinking of. But yeah, that's fine. I can see that. The tongue out here is a little goofier than that for me, but
this is not the default image that comes to mind.
Okay, Judgy Pants, fine.
It just a dirty gray sheep.
A dirty, crappy sheep. Some crappy, crap hole sheep.
Mark, you can be picky when it comes to your turn for the animal.
No, actually, I don't want to be picky.
Well, now that you see what it's like, I get it. But
well, I don't even see a sheep anymore. What am I supposed to imagine a sheep?
Picture me as a sheep. That's right, Markiplier. I'm a sheep.
I don't like the nationalities that accent is brushing up against.
I don't even know what that is that you're saying. I have a character that I've done over the years called Chastity Thong Britches, and she's like, "Hey there, sweetheart."
I remember Chastity. Remember when you were Chastity Thong Bridges and you played Surgeon Simulator with Mark, and he threatened, I think, to kill you or something, and it was very fun for everyone except for you?
I don't remember Chastity being there, but I remember the other part.
She was there.
Oh. Hand me the spoon. I'm going to remove his liver.
Anyway, Wade gets the points by default unless you got something, Mark.
That's burned into my head, so I can't really change it. And I like my imagination. I can't rotate this sheep in my mind. I'm only getting like a 1 on the scale for the sheep, so it's really not connecting well.
So you both submit the same answer, then points to Mark for that one.
Thank you.
Mark, what's your next animal?
Oh, I do?
I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. I can keep going.
What did you just say?
I do?
The animal is receiving of the Mark guess shape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm referencing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
The frog is receiving of the vocals.
If anybody out there knows this next creature, then you already know what they sound like. But I'm curious what Mark and Wade think this sounds like. This is an image that you're seeing presently, probably, of a goblin shark. You guys know about goblin sharks?
Oh, yeah, I've seen them before.
I think we might have talked about this kind of shark on one of those weird episodes that we did.
Now, see, this thing looks like it chain smokes.
Now, Chastity Throngbridge's voice already been tossed out. We gotta...
All right.
Yeah, be original, Markiplier.
I'm going to go with the voice of Jessica Rabbit.
Can you give us a sampling in case I don't have that one locked and loaded?
Oh, yeah, I could.
just give us a facsimile of it.
Yeah,
Huh?
You know, Jessica Rabbit. It's me, Jessica Rabbit.
No, I hear it now. I hear it, yeah.
I love my husband, Rabbit. What was his name?
Roger Rabbit?
Roger. I love Roger. He didn't do it.
It's like Jessica's here in the room. Isn't she like I'ma show you all a good time?
I think I was closer, yeah. I'll show you all a good time.
You know what? Bob, I can't compete with that. I gotta give it to him.
You don't even want to fight?
No, how can I compete with that perfect Jessica Rabbit?
No, you can't.
All right, well, Mark's Jessica Rabbit voice is officially how goblin sharks talk. Points to Mark for that one. Did you think I was going to give you the points? Because that's what I've been doing.
No, how do I compete with it?
I don't know, by coming up with an idea and putting it out there and seeing if it's funny.
I could have, but like it wouldn't have, like, no matter what I came up with,
you could engage with my topic, Wade.
He caved in a minute ago. You didn't give him the
You
fucking
never
what for.
engage with my... No, he ended up putting up a great suggestion, which he won points for, if I recall.
Okay, then I say Jessica Rabbit.
In all honesty, isn't Jessica Rabbit's voice just kind of a normal voice?
Sure.
Just a normal voice.
I hate it here.
Isn't it? I love my husband.
She has a voice that is normal, yeah, but it's not your voice.
How do you know?
I looked up a clip.
Next animal. I got mixed feelings about this one, but we're gonna decide what voice this has. This thing. I believe his name is Nicolas Cage. It's a picture of Sonic from the movie, the live action movie, but I'm pretty sure that's Nick Cage's face kind of put in there, maybe. It's not 100% clear. It kind of looks like a Who with the face lines like that, but I want a voice.
Gotta go fast. How does Nicolas Cage... Not Nicolas Cage.
How does Nicolas Cage... That's the question, Mark. How does Nicolas Cage sound? I'm gonna take his rings off.
I get it. I think.
Because he was in the movie Face Off.
The rings! Not the rings!
Yeah, there you go. Not the rings! No!
Okay, actually, wait, no, back up. It's not that at all. It's not that. He sounds like the Five Nights at Freddy's one jump scare.
the like screamy...
He runs up to you, stares at you for like 10 seconds and just... and then runs away. Did you know that scream is from a movie?
Really? The FNAF scream?
Is this like the Roblox oof sound that's like gonna have a big lawsuit now?
Movie. It was a movie. It's like someone giving birth, I think was the source of it. Let me share this.
Oh,
one
fun.
second.
Yeah, please share it. I was hoping we could.
There we go.
Oh, you're sharing this.
What the hell? Why this bike?
Oh, how did they know in the movie that was going to be a thing?
It sounds like...
For copyright reasons, I'm sure that was definitely included.
So the pregnant lady stole it from Sonic?
Yep.
That's a dick move.
Between those, as much as I like the scream, I like it enough to pick it. Mark, good suggestion. The scream is the sound that Nick Nicolas Cage make. What was his name? Nicolas Cage. Poised to wait on that one. If you have any suggestions that you want to see, just let me know. But I've got another one queued up.
If you got one, I mean, go for it. Yeah, sure.
Are you ready?
No?
I can't hear. Oh, I want to know what this absolute unit of a horse sounds like.
Is that a real picture?
This is a real picture of a real horse who might be the largest horse to ever have horsed. I don't know the story behind it. This is from May 2021, and it's the thumbnail of a YouTube video entitled "Look at what the world's largest horse is capable of."
It looks like a painting with the pixelation we have, I think, but like
No, it's a thing.
okay. Nay, I'm the best horse you'll ever find.
I think it's like Mike Tyson. When I get in that ring, I'm gonna tear him up. I'm gonna destroy him. When I get in the race, I'm gonna wreck him. That's Mike Tyson, right? I love that this is testing our impression ability.
Yeah, this is a very underhanded way for me to force you guys to try and make a bunch of voices. Just that's the part of this that was intended to be entertaining for everyone listening at home.
What made you think Mike Tyson?
Honestly, it looks like it, right? Looks like it'd be Mike Tyson.
The thing about, yes, muscular, Mike Tyson is like an absolute unit, but he always looked short, right? Because he always fought heavyweights, and he fought dudes who were like a foot and a half taller than him. And like, he looks big, but he looks short. He looks like the little guy. This horse looks like it's probably taller than any horse that's ever lived and terrifying.
Yeah. Sounds like Mike Tyson.
I mean, he could definitely probably knock you out with one swift kick to the head, I guess.
Nay, sir. Nay, I do not.
No, that ain't right.
Because horses are like, it's like an elite club to be like in the horse racing club and all that. So, you know, he's got like the most elite of elitist voices.
I don't think this guy races. He does not strike me as a he pulls things, man. He's like, he pulls 6 wagons at once. That's what he does.
While winning the race.
I don't think it's a race type situation. I think it's a strength thing. He's like the world's strongest man version of a horse.
So what, his voice is like Sylvester Stallone?
I can see that.
Adrian, get my carrot!
No, do more. Keep going.
You thought I was gonna race when I'm just gonna be pulling. That's how winning's done.
Beautiful.
That's all I've got for you. That wasn't the original voice I had. I just pulled out of my ass when you.
I like your second suggestion better, and that horse officially talks like it's not Sylvester Stallone.
It's more Mike Tyson, right?
Whatever that voice you just did was, Wade, that's the one.
Wasn't that a perfect Sylvester Stallone Rocky?
Kind of like Wish.com Rocky, I guess. No, I like it. I think it's perfect.
Thanks, man. You really build us up here with our great impressions.
I select your voice, Wade, and I give you the points for it.
Thank you.
I only have one more animal left, so unless you guys got anything in mind.
Compared to the last two things you've pulled out, I don't think kangaroo or bat really hold much of a candle, so I think you just keep going, man. You know, actually, I do have one.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the I don't know if it was a whole national thing or whatever, but there was like one of those tabloids they always had in like the stores, like United Dairy Farmers and stuff here in Cincinnati. I used to buy them in high school or whatever. You guys remember Bat Boy?
No.
This is like a superhero?
No. Bat Boy was like from one of the tabloids. Just search for Bat Boy tabloid. I don't know what Bat Boy sounds like, but it feels like Bat Boy's up there with your Sonic and your horse.
Okay. Bat Boy character is a fictional creature who made numerous appearances in the American supermarket tabloid Weekly World News.
That was it. Weekly World. I don't know if you guys remember that. That used to be on the shelves of like every convenience store as a kid growing up. And I didn't know it was fake. So like I thought it was an actual newspaper thing. And I was like, why do we never hear about the celebrity on TV?
In 1997, the story of Bat Boy was turned into an off-Broadway musical. Bat Boy, the musical. I think we can probably find out what Bat Boy sounds like. We just need to find Bat Boy the musical. There you go. Can you see him?
Oh!
You know what this looks like to me? Voldemort and an actual vampire had a child.
Yeah.
So this was on tabloids everywhere?
This was a fictional character that was a recurring character in Weekly World News, according to the internet.
I feel like 90% of the ones that I remember either had him on the picture or there was like a side commentary about like Bat Boy update, Bat Boy lives, or Bat Boy found on yacht or something.
I don't know how to describe this picture in a way that's meaningful to people who are only listening, other than to say that all I can hear when I see this picture is like that. It's a specific laugh that I can't place, but like I just hear for coming from that wide open mouth, just
kudos to Pluto's.
like a lot of wheezing. It's like a character from like a cartoon from my childhood or something, but like I feel like I'm going to die when I make that sound. But
what we have here is a bit of a moral quandary, right? So if we were to try to, the whole subject of this episode being applying voices to animals, are you trying to imply that this is some animal?
Oh, holy cow, Wade.
What about Sir Nicolas Cage?
That clearly an animal.
Clearly an animal.
This is Bat Boy, who is clearly Bat first, Boy second.
I would say in characteristics, this is clearly boy first, something else second.
We don't see the body in this image.
You think it's just the wings are the ears and it's just a head that flies around that looks like that?
I'm saying the rest of him could be a bat.
Well, I don't think it matters. I think the brain being mostly human applies some kind of cognizance.
Have you examined it, or are you just assuming based on looks?
Are you just assuming based on looks that it's just
Yes.
an animal? I'm going to assume it's human, and therefore it probably sounds like Jessica Rabbit.
I don't want to inject my own...
Boy, you're in trouble, Wade.
Oh, that's a toy. That's not the real Bat Boy. That's marketing.
This is a bobblehead of Bat Boy.
What if it's all bat under the shorts? There's wings tucked around, fur, and a little bat tail.
What about bat thighs, Wade? What is...
Or what if it's like Edgar from Men in Black, where it's a bat wearing like a boy suit?
Well, then I feel like he wouldn't go by the name Bat Boy, because that really gives it away. I mean, look, there are winglets on the arms.
If we could do Saw Nicolas Cage, we could do Bat Boy.
I don't know. I feel like you're really stretching it here, Wade. Points to Mark for highlighting the moral issues with your suggestion, Wade.
I hate it here.
Thanks for contributing, though. I really appreciate when you engage with my topic. All right, last animal. Everyone's got everything to play for. It's a tie as far as you know. What does this animal sound like? It's an anteater with its tongue out.
Now this seems more of a this is like that horse can't be that, but this one's a fucking prick. This one's an asshole. Look at this piece of shit.
He talks like, what's that guy's name? James Bottom Tooth from Family Guy.
You think a creature that eats ants is going to be talking shit?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Oh man, I don't want to like to fucking fuck this guy.
I mean, he is given some pretty squinty side eye in this picture.
Yeah, I don't like that.
His eyes are closed. He's just enjoying a bite.
No, he's enjoying his smug air of superiority.
Okay, Mark, the average person looks down on an anteater. Just because you're tiny doesn't mean that you get to judge that perspective for the anteater.
Look, personal insults on me aside, I still am calling it like I sees it. And this piece of shit.
Calling it like you sees it aside, I want to personally insult you.
Well, you can do that at any time. Right now, we got to deal with this prick. Yeah, fuck you. Not you, Wade.
Points to Mark for being the only one who actually submitted a voice to the animal.
I didn't know we were done with the round.
Triple points to Wade for focusing on insulting his opponent.
Oh!
That's the true path to victory, Wade. Excellent work.
Thank you. What is this episode, Bob? I feel like we are owed an explanation.
We're giving voices to animals. What more do you need? What I feel like we did. We learned what Saw Nicolas Cage sounds like. We talked about dogs. What didn't this episode have? That's what I want to know. You know what it doesn't have yet? A winner, but it's about to, because I'm going to tabulate the points.
Hold on. We don't get one more?
That was the last one. I don't have any other ones.
Are you looking around your room to see if you have an animal?
I'm looking. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I got a boar spear. Maybe there's a boar in my office.
Okay, well, that's a really weak argument, Mark.
But wait. Hold on.
Wait, we'll pull
stop.
one more. No, I've got it.
Stop the vote.
I can't tell if he can't hear or...
Look. Whoa.
It was Mark's wall behind Mark's wall all the time.
For our listeners at home, Mark just frantically set up a whole green screen just for it to topple over.
I didn't put the legs on it.
No, Mark, you're too late, Mark. I found one. I would like to know what this sounds like. What does it sound like?
Oh, man.
Hey there, everybody.
I think we all know this one sounds a lot like Jessica Rabbit.
I want to be loved by you, everybody. Markiplier, out.
I don't think that's even a good impression.
Hey, you did his outro. Markiplier, out.
Markiplier, out. Hello, everybody. Back with another Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Stay tuned for a reaction compilation.
You know, Mark, you really have changed. I miss old Mark. That voice is way better than new Mark.
But before you close this round, Wade, fuck you. You're stupid and bald and awful at Settlers of Catan. You peaked when that series ended.
I'll take that over looking like what we just saw on screen.
Well, all I saw was you, and it was horrifying.
I'm balder than you thought.
Oh, that was so close, Wade. You had him on the ropes. You hit him with the 1-2. You had him on his heels. He was falling over backwards. But then Mark earned the points by accurately quoting the subreddit. Balder than ever. Truer facts have never been spilled over. Like a can overflowing with beans. Mark just...
Fuck this. Until next time. See you guys!
Oh, well, Mark's demon light just turned off, so that probably hurts his chances.
No, watch this.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Watch this. Still here. Fuck. Still here.
Well, I have to say, Wade, you were in the lead. You did really well in those last couple rounds.
Don't say anything else.
Mark dug his claws in, really went for the jugular.
One more animal.
Got the personal insults and swung the points really heavily back in his favor. He even properly quoted the balder than ever bit that we talked about. And was that last episode?
Subreddit, defend me. I deserved this win.
But you know what? For having the most cutting insult of the day, because it was both cutting and concise, I'm going to give you a couple extra bonus points, Wade.
What was the insult?
When Mark was going in on you super hard and you hit him back with the, I'd rather look like this than whatever we were just looking at on screen.
That was really mean. I loved it.
Just the nicest insult I've ever heard. Not nice, but you know what I mean. Anyway, with those couple extra points, and I didn't write any of this down, so it's all math in my head anyway, I'm pretty sure that makes the winner Wade. I think.
No, actually, no, sorry, Bob, you made an error. It was actually not Wade.
Oh, well, this is awkward. I already said it out loud, so Wade wins even though Mark got more points.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak as the winner. I will take it graciously. A great episode, Bob.
I'm going to take the win away from you if you cut me off again like that.
I thought you were done.
Mark, give a loser speech, would you?
I feel like that.
Do it as Jessica Rabbit.
I feel like that.
He just falls right into character. It's crazy.
My husband, Roger, would never allow something like this to occur. So understand that I know injustice from what happened to my husband, Roger the Rabbit. Even though Judge tried to kill both of us in the dip. That, I would prefer that fate to what is occurring currently.
Well, now that the statute of limitations is up, Mark, I can tell you, I framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh shit, you do look like Judge Schmerman.
I am Judge.
For just an uncanny Jessica Rabbit voice, even more points to Mark. Like a lot of points to Mark. Like you won by like 17 points, Mark. But also, congratulations on the win, Wade. Give us your winner's speech.
I just want everyone out there to know that if you see something or an animal and you think to yourself, man, I wonder what that stapler sounds like. I wonder what that animal sounds like. You give it a voice. Look at where we've come here on this episode. You can go wherever you want to go. Keep imagining that voice. Give it a voice. And next thing you know, you'll be sitting in a room with two of your friends that are mean to you and you're mean to them. And yet somehow you've stuck together for over a decade of making content and you're bald and tall and your shoulder hurts a little bit more than it used to. And next thing you know, it's like you're trying to go up the stairs. It's like, oh man, my knee. What happened? I don't even know what I did.
Okay, that's like depressing. Nope, that's enough. You win. You're ruining it. I'm going to take the win away. Stop ruining it. You're ruining everything. Hang on. Don't do that.
I'm still going and, I can't listen to instructions.
Oh, wait, stop talking. Oh, geez.
Maybe I should start talking too. It's me, Jessica Rabbit Applier.
All right, I'm going to turn both of your microphones off. Congratulations to our unjust winner, completely unearned, undeserving victor, champion of the day, if you will. Wade, great job. Actually, pretty bad job, but you won. So who am I to judge? Just the judge. And yeah, thanks for listening to the episode. Make sure you watch. If you didn't watch, it's watchable on Spotify. Did you know that? You can watch it. There's a video. You watch the video and we're on there. And like in this one where we showed a bunch of pictures, you could hear us describe it, but if you watch it, you could see the pictures and how bad our descriptions of the pictures were and what all that sweet info you're missing out if you're listening and not watching. So, but we love our listeners just almost as much. A close second. Third place, maybe.
You're like the child that's not the favorite. You're still there, just not in the will.
Merchandise. We should get some of that. Make sure you follow Mark at Markiplier, Wade at LordMinion777. My name is Meiskirm. And that's going to be it. Wade will be hosting the next one, even though he has no right to do so. And it's really a blasphemy against God that somehow he won this episode, even though he didn't earn any points at all, almost. But what are you going to do? I guess that really falls on me. Okay, well, look forward to that, everybody. Podcast out.